Aloha and welcome to Lucy's Paradise podcast. Today is a special episode. I have director, producer, rapper James Wade. How's it going, man?
Yes, thank you. Pleasure, pleasure. Absolute honor to be with you, Queen. Thank you for hosting this amazing space and for the vibrations that you put out in the world. You are one of a kind and unique, and I am definitely pleased to be right here sharing this moment with you. More
That
success
means a
to you on
lot.
the podcast.
That means a
Yeah.
lot. It's so funny because when I think back to when I first met you and and I do want to talk about a little bit about like a little bit more of like your life and stuff and like how you started out because I remember that meeting you was so significant and it was so cool that later on in life we stayed connected the whole time and then we were able to like kind of get closer. And I always thought you were really cool. And so it's cool to like years later to like, yeah, I the first thoughts that I had about this person, like I was 100%, because you were always super legit and genuine. And I remember you let me and a friend come into the studio, and that was just like the perfect thing I needed to see because there was so many people in LA that were just not serious about music. And I was honestly annoyed by that. I was like, I don't know how you guys think you're gonna make money if you don't even go in here and do music. Like I'm confused. I thought, so it was very enlightening to meet you, and somebody that was like serious about what you were doing. You kind of knew where you were going. So yeah, I kind of want to talk about and please, share with my followers kind of a little bit about you and how you got started with music.
Yeah, no problem. I do remember that studio session, and it is cool how you can not always interact with someone, but still keep, in contact. And then over
Yeah,
time, the connection can grow. And I love that about life, and
right.
yeah, and absolutely, there's so many people in LA as well as wherever that'll just talk your head off, I'm sure. So I'm glad that I could be that refreshing energy to you. Music. Music has. Hmm. So I started rapping when I was 16. I didn't know I would rap or think I would rap or anything like that.
Mhm.
And that was like my first creative outlet. That really helped me process a lot of like what might be considered dysfunctional, like in
Mhm.
terms of like childhood and like different like hardships through childhood. And so that would be my first way to like process these things. So like,
Mhm.
a release, a therapeutic release. And then it was the first thing that it appeared the first thing that I was really naturally good at, like I was truly gifted at, like from the first moment. And
Right.
people would be like in awe of me rapping, and it boosted my self esteem where there was none, at the
Mhm.
time. And so like it really became my savior. Music in general always was like really close to me. Like music was always, something that I would use to get through, darker times, like in childhood, that I had to bear witness to, be around, or be a part of, or whatever. And just through my mother being a great mother and trying her best, a single mother, living state to state, city to city, dragging me and my big sister around, kind of like, she just kind of kept some unsavory characters around her. And so
Mhm.
she tried her best, but those people's energy, did a lot of damage. And so that damage
Mhm.
carried through into my teen years, and the music really saved me. It gave me a sense of identity, and the sense of like, okay, this is who I am. Like when I do this thing that I love so much, and when I saw it happen, I literally remember the first moment I saw someone freestyle rap, like top of the head improv, not like written, and
Right.
it'd be like amazing. And then like the feeling I got, and then I remember the first time I saw someone just rap something that they wrote, and the writing was amazing, and feeling
Mhm.
like both those times, like I want to be that. Like I'm like, yeah, I need that, because my whole time up until that point pretty much had negative influences, things that I didn't want to be. right? So I'm
Mm.
like, here, I don't want to be this, I don't want to be this all these years, you know, and then finally, oh, I want to be like this. You know what I mean? Like that. It's
Yeah.
something like spirit, soul, like just was really attracted to the art craft of it, the word play of it. You know,
Yeah, in those moments like that, like, did you feel like, because this has happened to me too, where like you just feel like you're at the right place at the right time, like you're supposed to be influenced by that person.
absolutely. Like I could tell you for a fact, I believe that. I believe it, and I could be, you know, a testament to the fact. Like the person that got me started writing raps, his name was Richard Cleveland. I had met him, and long story short, I had inadvertently got shipped to a. So I say I moved around a lot, and at one point
Right.
I came to California to Oklahoma, and then I got shipped to a job corps. I had dropped out of school at the beginning of 10th grade, and so when I turned 16, I went to a job corps to get my GED because that
Mhm.
was like a way for me to get away from where I was at with my mother and like the crazy that was going on around there,
Right,
and
right.
what I thought was what I was supposed to do, right? Whatever. But I meet this guy there in my computer class. He's writing a rap on the computer, he's typing, and I'm reading it. I'm like captivated. Like I'm like, wow, this is so cool. And then he gets like called to the office. I'm sitting there in front of the screen, and I just start adding to it. And it's the first
Oh
time I
shit.
ever wrote any raps. And he came back like, "What'd you do? You was messing with my like." He kind of was tripping at first, and then he read it and was like, "Oh, this is crazy, man. You got to write for me." Like, and
Ah.
we kind of just became friends by that morning. By the next day, like overnight, I felt in my soul that I wasn't supposed to write for him. I was supposed to write for me.
Wow.
And we just kind of formed a friendship. I got kicked out of Job Corps a couple of months later. We never saw each other again for 2 years. Never knew each other's number. This is one of these things, right? And
Oh
then
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
doing my
yeah.
first open mics in LA. I meet my
Wow.
pop for the first time when I'm 18, and I'm back in Cali, and I'm doing my first. I think it's the first open mic, and I see an artist go up and he's doing this incredible poem. I'm like, man, this dude looks familiar, right? And it's him. We
Oh shit.
reconnect. He is with at the time there was a group of young people in Los Angeles that were artists, performers that were being positioned to be the opening act for a legacy group called the Watts Prophets. There's the iconic poets from the 1960s, and this
Mm.
is now 2000 and 2001, and they were forming a group of young people. My man's like, you got to come audition. Came down there, rapped, auditioned, boom, got put on the group, and then those are
Wow.
my first tours, and doing like just instantly like, and it was because of that same person that
Whoa, that's
started me rap.
crazy.
You know, it's like boom,
Yeah,
boom,
that's
like
like a that was a that's a big that's a big shift. Yeah. Wow. Two
it's
years
amazing.
later.
And that's my like one of those gentlemen that they became my grandparents. Like one of the gentlemen from the Watts Prophets and his wife basically adopted me as a teenager. I never knew my biological grandparents, and so
Mm.
that's my actual family, which connects me to various other amazing humans because of that family tree, like the
Right.
Marley, Nina Simone, and these different people who are a part of the family tree because of that family that I was adopted into. So, but
Wow.
just their legacy alone is iconic, and the lessons I got to learn from them. And so, yeah, definitely resonate with you're supposed to be there and feeling that feeling, and definitely resonate with this art form.
Yeah, I think like when you're on the correct, flow path trajectory, you get put into these rooms,
Hmm.
or whatever you want to call it. And it's not always a room, right? It's sometimes it's just an interaction, um but it
Yeah,
sounds like that interaction also led you to other rooms, which is interesting. What got
yeah,
you into
absolutely.
like making movies and filmmaking?
That is a, a dual answer. I think that also aligns with the feeling of being where you're supposed to be and certain moments, right? And there's signs that would verify that. And the direct answer is that I was a rapper with my crew at the time. We called ourselves Metamorphosis, and we were in Los Angeles, and we were all just independent, trying to make it work.
Hmm.
And we needed a music video, and this is the time before music videos were easy to make. And so
Yeah, yeah.
it was a super challenge. Long story short, we did it. We shot it on like a homemade camera, a million shots. And my boy Big Man, one of my closest mentors and brothers, rest in peace. He edited it like in front of me just enough to. He was the only person I knew in the film game, right? And
Mm.
so and he edited in front of me, and just enough to where it was like the skeleton was there, and he's like, I hope you were paying attention because I'm gonna leave you with this computer and now you got to finish it. And so it's like
Wow.
I had to like figure it out, and just literally when I saw that video be complete, which is the most atrocious, public access, worst ever, but it's just such a beautiful memory in time now.
Oh
But
yeah.
looking at it on like a big screen on a projector, and it just felt like the magic. And then I did my very first video after that, like that I directed and edited and all that, and that video everybody just went crazy for. And during the time I edited that video, I met who became my children's mother, and so it was like
Oh
right
wow.
place, right time, you know, all
Right,
that
right.
stuff. Yeah. Hmm.
I wanted to ask you about your newest song, the one that you did kind of, I don't know if you dropped a music video for it or just like shorts for it, but it's really impactful. And I wanted to kind of talk about that. Like what inspired you to
Is that
write that?
the first annual Colonizer Awards? That's
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
it's good.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah. Shout out to Espen Thornhall out in Denmark, one of Denmark's premier hip hop producers. Blessed me with that production. I was out in Denmark
Wow.
like 6 months ago. I was bouncing around Europe doing a few shows and kind of home basing in Denmark for that run, and got in the studio with him and my man Dr. Keith. And but that particular song, man, I remember writing it. I tend to kind of go on tangents, in terms of like my
Yeah.
thought process. I don't know if this is like a
Mm.
Pisces thing or something, but like I'll kind of like go like boom, boom, like if I'm gonna go there, I'll like go all the way there.
I think
You know what
Pisces men are more emotional for sure. So
I mean?
maybe that's where like
March
the
1st.
yeah.
We out here. Yeah, we definitely got a lot of emotions. But yeah, the song, I thought it was like, you know, I I like talking about this because I've never answered this question, and so it's interesting to think about the song from this perspective because I haven't yet. And looking at it now and remembering when I wrote it, it just came out of me just like lightning and that's how it's just like pure, and
Right, right.
but the intention was clear because I knew my target. And I also see that we're in an environment where it's getting easier to be banned for
Mm.
your thoughts, right? It's getting easier to be, you know, uh, not allowed certain access
Right.
because of
Or
thoughts, right?
maybe like a censorship when it's
Yeah, a
like,
lot of times,
well, but
right?
yeah, you might not agree, but we all can still say different there are certain things or
And so, indeed, when I think about the atrocities of imperialism,
Mhm.
on this earth, and colonialism, which is not an overused term. I feel like it might feel like a oversaturated word, but it's just because it's so present, right? And so
Mhm.
and the effects of these things, and that could cause one like myself or many others maybe to feel a certain rage, and then maybe someone in my position might want to say something more aggressively, but then I was asking myself, what if I said it in a way where it was like a nursery rhyme almost? Not quite a
Mhm.
nursery rhyme, but something that's
Right.
easier to like a
A
sing song,
different
yeah,
presentation.
a different presentation, and then like the backhanded compliment. I was like, well, let's just, the man, they just love attention. Well, let me give them the proper due, man. Like
Yeah.
they are these things. Like they are the number one at this, the generals of this. Like they are
I yeah, I
this.
love the way you wrap it because it's people get the message. It's good. It's good. It's very well. It's so very well. said, I don't know if in my experience watching you rap, I know that you've done a lot of stuff, even just right in the studio where you just said it off the dome. So I can't say it's great writing because you probably didn't write it. You probably just, it came to you and you said it, but it's so brilliant,
Yeah,
that,
I definitely wrote it on a notepad.
oh, you did?
I do what you said sometimes. Sometimes it comes out like, you can't really predict the process. That particular one though, it got written on a notepad. I begin to really love notepads more and more. I've never been like a write in my phone rapper ever, but I always was a
Mm.
write in my head rapper. And so like I always
Mm.
wrote in my head, and I've always been that person. But then I ran across a box like of old notebooks, and I was thinking like, man, all those years I was writing songs in my head, I can't pass the paper down to my kids. And so now I'm like, let
Mm.
me write everything. I write as much as I can anywhere.
Oh, that makes
You know what I mean?
sense. Yeah.
Like any thoughts, I write everything as much as somebody else can have, and my daughter and son can be like, yes, my dad's writing. One day, right, when I'm like great grandpa Wade, and it's my time, right? But it's like it's gonna be a time, and so like I want to leave something that's like I was here, for my family, like and it's just a personal thing. That's one of the reasons I started painting too. Is because paintings last longer, and so I did all the research, and I'm about to start doing frescoes and different paintings that could last 1,000, 2,000 years. Like egg tempera, like the stuff they did on the walls and the pyramids. And
Hmm.
just I'm fascinated with creating art that can last longer, because we're talking about music, but unfortunately, can you tell me any way that our music can last longer than 60, 80 years? Because at the moment, from what I understand, I'm not challenging you to know this, I'm just speaking in general, right?
Right,
But
right.
like from what I understand, a vinyl record is the longest lasting
Hmm.
medium to carry a frequency of music.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like we're all gonna go back to analog at some point, right? All it takes is one big catastrophe or overuse of power, and then we're all back to square one, right?
Mm.
Potentially. I mean, not that,
Yeah.
we hope for that, but yeah, no, that's interesting to think about.
Just thinking on that level, I feel
Yeah.
like it's a job to think like that. How do we preserve all this art that we're, you know, not only spending so much time, but our whole lives, passionately creating? Like it's just sad to think
Mhm.
like, the hard drive won't be the same in 20 years, and they won't be able to access these files. And it's like I'm starting to put every song I ever did in music composition form
Mhm.
so it could be played later. You know what I
Right,
mean? Like
right.
it's like, and then even embed those into paintings that can last hundreds of years. And like that's where I'm literally at right now, like with preserving our music, and then in terms of the future, and then obviously, well, not obviously, but and then also a lot of work to create experience and concepts and systems that can be ways to engage humans with art without the
Mhm.
phone, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, that's
Yeah,
I'm with
soon there's gonna be a type of museum that you walk into that people check in their phone and you go in and you're experiencing each room or what or something, right? I'm just making this up, but I'm
make
saying
them
like
on.
it's gonna come back to that because people are gonna get. I mean, I have friends, and I'm surprised by my Gen Z friends that are like very anti-phone. Like if I'm with them, I don't even see them on their phone at all. Like it's like amazing. And they're just so in the moment because they're just like, I don't even want to get to that point where I'm gonna be on it constantly. I feel like I'm worse than them, I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta like they get mad at me.
Man,
So
yeah, we gotta, keep our lives in balance, what we ingest and digest and consume, and it's up
yeah.
to us to do all these things. And I'm pretty sure they say that looking down at your phone like constantly all day is the equivalent of a 60-pound weight on your neck. I think it's something like that. And so it's
Probably
like,
because your head weighs a lot. Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely my big head with a
So what do you
lot.
do to kind of take breaks with social media? Just take it off your phone and take a few days, or
Yeah, it
is that
could
kind
be
of
if
your pattern?
I take it off my phone so I don't see it visibly. Not to say that I don't have the discipline, but I do believe it is a frequency. You
Yeah.
know, like there are
Oh
these
yeah.
things that are these icons that are the app icons. There were meetings for months about what colors should be and
Yeah.
why and how it affect your brain and how you're gonna think and feel when you see it.
Yeah.
This is all thought out. You know what I mean? And so these
Hmm.
frequencies, I'm just sensitive to them. So for me personally, that's one thing I do. I used to be the like, I'll just shut my whole social media down. But now I'm like, I do want to leave that living archive because I did put all that work in, but I am moving to a more
Right.
independent, just website based system without social media because it's not benefiting us like we really think it is. And it's definitely it's parallel in many ways to slavery, you know?
Mm.
And so there's the
Yeah.
parallels
That's interesting.
are uninspiring to me. And so those parallels are wildly uninspiring. And so for me, I'll erase it from my apps, and there's no time set. Um, I just will just fall into another flow. Like I'm picking up more books. I want to intentionally read more. I only have but so much bandwidth, you know, mental. Like we
Mm.
all
Yeah.
only have so much bandwidth a day in
Oh
our
yeah.
brain, you know, and so enjoying just moments, going for more walks, you know, being more conscious about movement, about what I'm ingesting, you know, focusing on things that need to get done in my life. You know, like I notice as soon as I take the apps off my phone, all of a sudden, like I'm getting something done that I haven't gotten done in a long time. Like that one thing that's just sitting there, not because that's what I wanted to do,
Mm.
but because all of a sudden my brain is just like, oh, well, let's just knock it out because there's
Right.
nothing else to look at but what you need to get done.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And what's in your life around you, right? And maybe the way you enjoy life, the movie you're watching, or the music you're listening to, or whatever, right? But it doesn't have to be this, you know, Matrix esque, you know. And I say that I, I, I say Matrix esque because even the word podcast, like what we're participating in right now, it makes me think about word sound power, right? And
Hmm.
how our words are like casting spells. This is why that was called spelling in school, and you can break all that down or whatever. But then when you think
Hmm.
about like, you know, the scene in the Matrix when they had them all the humans in their little pods, right?
Hmm.
We're casting words, spells, right, in these conversations. You know what I mean? So it's like a wild
Hmm.
thing, and like these spells are going everywhere, and these words are traveling far via these machines that are data mining operations that we've been working in for 15 years for free or 20 years
Hmm.
with no
Yeah.
pay, with the carrot dangling over that you might go quote unquote viral, which just that language alone is aligned with sickness, right? And
Yeah.
so,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, and then like
That's
some people make
interesting.
money or you do this and I get it, and then you know, and I get the interaction, but now just to speak to sound power, and like what you think becomes real, and then how you think about yourself matters about how you feel. And in that sense, like a name is so important. And so social media, if you were there when it first arrived, it did have more a sense of a sociality to it, right?
Hmm.
But names and word sound power is so important that it slowly but surely became what its name is. It's social media. We
Hmm.
have become media.
Hmm.
Everyone just now, even the way we title everything is like a headline. We don't even shoot anything without seeing the headline almost. Or we see it's like
Hmm.
it's all that. It's like it's not substance based as
Yeah.
much as it is, you know.
Yeah. What I think is interesting too is like with that viral obsession, I think too, like, for example, when people see something occurring on the side of the road, like their first instinct now is to be the first one who caught it, right? Which is
All right.
like if phones didn't exist, I wouldn't that would never be an inspiration for me. I mean, it's not for me personally either, but I'm just saying, like, it's just weird. Now there'll be an emergency, but everyone is just filming it instead of how would we normally react to this emergency or whatever, So it's that I think is the part of it too that's weird because now it's influencing our social behavior outside of being online. Now
Well,
we're
yeah.
operate it's controlling us when I was already out in the world and then something happened and then I was inspired. It's weird. It's very
It's what
interesting.
you would do if you were addicted to drugs. And that is
Yeah.
what it is. Like that's how they
Hmm.
got us, the dopamine hits. So that
Yeah.
feeling, that hit in your brain when you
Hmm.
get likes from that post that you want to post so bad because you know everybody's gonna hit this and you want to be the first, you want to race to be the, it's more valuable to you
Hmm.
than anything else that has to do with like the integrity of helping someone who's in
Yeah.
trouble.
Right.
Like,
Right.
yeah, it's wild.
It's crazy.
It's scary. It's scary. Oh man. We're gonna
Yeah,
help the
that is
people.
scary.
If I see you, this is James Wade on Lucy's podcast, making a vow. If I ever see you in trouble out there, I won't film it. I'll do my best to help, unless it's a
I
shark attack,
know.
because I ain't messing with the sharks. So if
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
shark,
Yeah.
I'll pray for you. But
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think you would be anywhere where there's sharks. So I think you're good.
I just
I think
disclaim.
yes, yes. I actually went shark diving out here with no cage.
Oh man, you
And
are.
yeah,
What?
but you know what I learned about them? If they think you're not a predator too, they will then think that you're food. And I'm like, dang, that's so interesting, that psychology. So the way to get them to swim away from you is to look directly at them and swim towards them, like you're gonna get them. I'm like, dang, that is an interesting psychology.
And I totally believe it. A, I'm terrified to even think about staring in a shark's eyes, right? But B, what scares me the most is that humans have just polluted and destroyed in our, the ocean and are killing sharks for shark fin soup and doing
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
there's just
Like,
so
yeah,
much
like I'm in
happening.
your home. I'm in your home. So if you
Yeah,
eat
I
me.
don't know which one is upset about that. Like, there's got to be a shark out there that's like hot about this. Somebody killed
Oh
a
yeah.
cousin. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah, yeah.
you just look like
Yeah.
the surfer that did it. It's like, yeah. So I'm just like, yeah, no, 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 no. Let me just, yeah. But I agree. They're majestic, beautiful animals. We shouldn't have fear. Jaws psychologically damaged so many humans and even me to this day, admittedly, in so many ways.
Jaws.
Yeah, I mean,
Social
I can't
media
even get in the
got
hot
you.
tub.
They made you a slave to the sand. No, just kidding. To the
Bruh,
beach.
Spielberg got me. That boy, he was a beast. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
If we ever get
What
a
you,
chance to go to Universal, we got to go to that because they have a Jaws thing.
bro? I've been
I
there.
think you could do it. Oh, you didn't?
I went there. I did. I seen that Jaws. I maintain. I maintain because my children were with me and they were young. It was just me and my two kids, and I had to maintain like. But man, full disclosure, we got stuck. The Harry Potter roller coaster froze mid-stream,
Oh,
upside down, sideways. With me and them, I'm holding their hands. They're little kids. They're like 8 and 6. You
that
know what I
ride
mean?
always
It's like
stops. That stopped when I was on
terrifying.
it too.
Nobody helped us. They were just filming. It was like
Dang.
we just had to wait it out. It was like 20 minutes. Like it was wild. Yeah, I'll never go back to that roller coaster, but I'll do the Jaws thing with you. We're gonna do the Jaws experience live on the podcast. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, we don't have to be live, but I just want to
Mhm.
see what your reaction is in person.
If you want to get some wild reactions from me, put me with some spiders, and you're gonna see me screaming like a girl and all that. It's gonna be like,
Oh, really? You don't like spiders? They're just
there's
ugly looking,
not
you
an
know?
abundance of them. Not where they're dropping on my head and all that stuff. Like,
Oh, yeah. No, no, no. Okay, so no
yeah.
fear factor for you. Nothing like that.
No, 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 no. I love nature. I love animals, but you know what? I began to appreciate bats more recently. I didn't
Oh,
know how
really?
important they were to the. I didn't know really how important they were, and just how cool they are. Like so, I like bats now. I'm not scared of those. Like I used to be scared. Bat, but it's like nah, they're kind of cool. It's the homies, you know. Hmm.
Yeah, well, I don't think I've been anywhere where there's like actual bats. Have you been anywhere with them?
Yeah, well, there's a bat. We're literally on the porch. Has a little spot right here where I'm staying, and there's
It's
I've never been
Batman.
into a bat cave, but I see bats flying at night. Like they fly by the cemetery over here. You know, they come out,
Oh,
dusk when the sun sets.
they're nocturnal. Yeah, they're
My
nocturnal.
head. So it's like boom, boom. But yeah, um,
I always
but I
feel
love.
like when you see not necessarily bats because I don't see bats, but when you see like birds, every time I see like birds flying in a direction or something, I always like try to take note of that.
Mm, birds
Like
fascinate me.
I'm not a bird fan, but they're kind of just the more annoying, I think. But my uncle has one that whistles all these tunes, so it's like it's hard to not like his birds because they're like
I mean,
entertaining and stuff.
there's birds that talk. It's so crazy. It's like why is nobody talking about this more? Like it's just like it's like why is it not like fascinating like aliens or something? Like, mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I tell my dog, I'm like, all you have to do is say one word and we'll be millionaires. But he doesn't say nothing, so
Right. Oh, Noble.
no boo.
Young Noble.
No boo,
Noble.
yeah.
Hold up. Medication moment. This
Yeah,
medication
no boo.
was brought
You
to you
gotta
by
come visit him, your nephew.
Young Noble. That's Tom. He's a little star. Hmm.
Do you have any movie projects coming up or anything that
Yeah,
you
I
have
can't
working on?
talk about everything, but I could tell you something.
Yeah, yeah, whatever you can,
Let's
or
see
just
here.
like your excitement, or
Yeah, I'm
you
like
know.
it's a lot of NDAs. Like I've gotten to the
Mm,
point now
yeah,
where
that's
there's
okay.
like a lot of non-disclosure agreements around like the things I'm doing. I'll say this.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But you
I
are
could
doing some
say,
stuff, which is like film related, which is good.
yeah, I could say
That's good.
that. Let's say I have been, in terms of film projects specifically, I'm co-directing and co-producing a docu-series on reggae and dancehall with a lot of humongous reggae acts that you would
That's
love to
exciting.
know.
That's
And
great.
so that is, we're like finishing the first episode, and
Nice.
that is
Okay.
very exciting. And
That is good job. That's exciting. So actually, when I took you to that music festival here, how did you like that then?
I like that. Did
Because
they?
I feel like you liked it.
Yeah, I like that. Was that the same venue? Did they tear that venue down right now? Is that the same one they just tore down? The
It's so they Yeah, the Aloha Stadium,
right.
they've been tearing it down, but they'll still do venue like in that parking lot
It was in the parking lot.
occasionally. Yeah, so I think they'll still do stuff there.
Yeah, I liked it, man. Shout out to my team, man, the Hummy Sudden Rush. And yeah, it was great to see that moment. And I love Hawaii. Shout out to, all the elders, all the ancestors, all the beautiful families and natives of that land and that soil. And may all the light and love be, within you for generations, and may sovereignty arrive sooner than later, and
Mhm.
become free from the occupation. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I was really stoked to be able to take you to that and you to just see because I think you were like, dang, I love how everyone's just like as soon as that song switches, everyone like knows the words or they're like cheering for like the debate or the lyric to drop or the chorus to drop. Like everyone's just they're just in sync. And that
Mhm.
was I was like, yeah, that's kind of why I like coming to these too because yeah, everyone just feels like one
Yeah,
at those.
it's cool. I love that about music. I love how it brings you together, no matter how diverse or separate or different you feel you might be from someone. And it's like
Mhm.
that right song comes on, and you standing right next to somebody that you never thought you'd hang out with, and y'all jamming. You
Yeah.
know, like it's so cool. Like I love how song can carry, story and carry message and through time. Like not recorded music, of course, but like just song, that we sing, like
Mhm.
passed through generations. Like I love that. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, yeah. Before we end, do you have any like advice or encouragement for anyone who's like starting off rapping or maybe starting off with music and
If you
maybe
have
needs
the
some direction?
capabilities, I'll say go to Africa, like immediately.
Mm,
Like go to Africa, go to Uganda, go to Senegal, go to anywhere you have connections or your heart may tell you to go. Just touch that soil, feel that soil, see what they're doing out there, listen to what they're doing out there. Um, I'm not religious,
mhm,
um, but the advice I got when I started rapping that helped me was somebody was like, "You want to be a good rapper? Read the Bible, just because it's a lot of stories, right?" So I'll just say, read as much as you can, anything, any religious text. It doesn't matter if it's religious or not, but I just wanted to give a balance to the Bible. But like any kind of stories, you can wrap your head around. It'll make you better. Rap about real life. You should be able to rap about everything around you. You should be able to make a song about the fence. You should be able to make a song about what's in your fridge. You know,
mhm,
you should be able to make a song about every aspect of your life. That's gonna make you better just doing it for practice. Um, Ask yourself, are you in this because you love the craft and you feel the spirit in you and you know this is what you're supposed to be doing with your life and your time on earth? Or are you just here because you want accolades, you want to look cool, you want to get bitches, quote unquote, pardon my language to the queens out there, but you know what I'm saying in terms of this bravado that seems to be always attached to the craft that is really the
mm,
corporate, you know, corrupt deviation of the craft. It's not
mm,
necessarily the actual craft, you know, and that's what's being represented right now. And so there's a lot of, you know, what's it? It's homogenized, you know, it's all put together
mhm.
and can't really tell what's what anymore sometimes unless you really know it, you know.
Right, right.
And so yeah, stay aware. Stay aware. This is a corrupt system. It's not a music industry. It's a data industry.
Mhm,
They're collecting data. They're investing based on data. Everything is data, and
mhm.
so your art doesn't matter. Your heart does, though. Let me pardon me. Not. Let me not say that. Your art doesn't matter to the swindling, money hungry, greedy profiteers that
Right,
are
right.
behind a lot of the things that have to do with your amazing, beautiful art. And so, you know, navigating the waters, which includes sharks of humankind, the kind that aren't so friendly sometimes, even when you put your hand on their nose and look them in the eye. So it's like they
Wow, I
still
love
want
how you
to take
brought that back to sharks. That was
Come
good.
on, I got you. Yeah, it's good, and yeah, I would say you just keep going. You know, like I can't wait to hear you. I hope you're the best rapper that's ever existed. You know, study people like Tupac. You know, ask yourself, is Tupac lyrical, right? Because if you really listen, you'll understand he really was. You know, and so there's a way to be lyrical without being like super scientifically complex. You
Mm,
know, so you don't have to feel like you have to speak in like Neil deGrasse Tyson rap terms to be like ultra magnetic amazing, right? Like you
mhm,
could reach the world and touch the world like that young man did before he was 25, did all that work and touch the world like he has, you know, and anyone can. So it ultimately we're messengers, we're griots, we're the poets, you know, and if you have something to say, man, say it. You know, even if you don't have an audience, you know, say it. Like if you feel it, do it. Like just express it, let it out. Like cuz you never know where it could lead in life. You never know how it could help balance you out internally, you know, mind,
mhm,
body and soul. You know, it's an amazing thing. Like just play with it. Like you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Like we know this. Take the shot. You know,
mhm,
like just take it. Just keep taking every shot. Like take wild shots. Like what's that movie? There's a good movie, and he says it. He's like, Guy's telling his son that take shots, and he's like sometimes it's something just to hear the gun go off, like just to hear the shot go off, like
Mm-hmm.
just like take a shot. And I'm talking about basketball shots, but he flipped it with the one, but it's like it's the same thing, you know. So I would
Right,
say keep
right.
going, like rap, led me to film, rap and film. Whoever created the microphone and the camera changed my life because I've seen the world many times because of those two devices. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's a blessing. I'm grateful. It could take you around the world. Collaborate, collaborate, collaborate. If you really want to win, collaborate. Like if you
Yeah, I
want,
like.
period. Yeah, it's it. In business and art, as a rapper, as a dancer, as anyone, collaboration is where it's at, and being able to just actually understand how you bring value and how you can contribute, be about contributing, and you'll find your moment. Like if you can't be happy and content in between the moments of praise, you're gonna have a hard road because when you get the bigger praise, the times after will be harder and darker. And that's why we
Mm,
lose so many great celebrities.
yeah,
That's why there's
it's
so
a good
many
point.
overdose and all these different things is because those times in between. So if you can just maintain in between, then when the high time comes, then you just maintain then too, and you kind of manage. You're just like, all right, I just won the Oscar, cool, all right, I'm back next day. I'm still waking up, right? Like I'm still here in bed, still eye crusties, and got to brush my teeth, and it's like you can't. They try to make you be bigger than something is possible to be, and then it's impossible to maintain that.
Right,
And
right, right.
and so it's like it's just that story's over and over, right? Like, um, yeah. So that's my advice to the rappers: is keep on
That's
and
good
listen to
advice.
old rap. Yeah, listen to a lot of old stuff. Listen to not rap. If you want to be a great rapper, go listen to music that isn't rap. Like go listen to old music all over the place. Be inspired by something else, and then start rapping about whatever you want to rap about. But watch your rhythms and your cadences change. If you're listening to what's rapping, if you're listening to what's popular now and who's rapping now, and all you're listening to is that, you're gonna
Mm,
sound just like that whether you're trying or not.
right,
So
right, right.
yeah,
That's
just
true.
diversify your musical input and consumptions and such. Hmm.
Yeah. No, I love that. Well, thank you, James, so much for coming on the podcast. I really appreciate it. Do you have any socials that you like more than others
I
or
mean, who
YouTube?
is James Wade? Yeah, it's just all who is James Wade, and that's my .com, but it's still like getting built. But I'm shifting all my resources to more independent like that, and just gonna make a dope site. And but out here contributing, got a lot
Awesome.
of things going for Africa for next year. I can't talk about now, but we'll soon. We should double back on that. We got
Awesome.
something to do with the last Biggie performance, never before seen. That I'm a
Oh,
part of
damn.
that. We could tie that in. We could talk about that soon. Definitely, I did my first stand-up comedy and then killed it, and then did some more stand-up and did well. Now I'm about to really focus on it and go really hard on the stand-up comedy. So I'll keep you in the loop on that.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. Hell
More music,
yeah.
and yeah, just I'm resonating with comedy because they could, I know we're ending it, but it's just something about how they're protective over the art form in a way I don't see in music right now.
Yeah.
You see a few people protective over it, but not as a whole, where they're standing up against the people trying to really tear it down. And in
No,
comedy,
yeah,
it's like,
it's really interesting. It's almost like it's a really untouchable
yeah, I love it. I love
more
that.
than
So
anything. Yeah.
want to contribute in that space. So let's get it. I wish you all the love. I'll come anytime and make it pop and talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah,
it's
we'll
all
have to
good.
do it again. Well, awesome.
Next
Thank you
time.
guys. Yeah,
Oh, good.
next time. Thank you guys so much for watching Lucy's Paradise podcast with James Wade. I'll link all of his stuff. Take care and aloha.
Aloha.